Okay, so the first thing we want to do is talk about your show, Kenan, and we want to say congratulations on the whole Emmys situation.
Thank you very much.
You had the nomination for SNL, but also for your show. So that's what we want to talk about first.
I think our first question is just in general, because a lot of people are really loving it. Where do you envision Kenan going in the future?
I mean, I guess I need to stabilize his home life at some point, with what his decision will be as far as continuing to be single, or if he feels like he should take on a partner of some sort, and just watching kind of where that story might wind up. But that's kind of been like the missing piece. He lost his best friend and stuff like that. So, he's leaning on his brother and he's leaning on his father-in-law, but it would be great if, a lot of people say, that other person makes you their better half and all of that type stuff. So maybe he needs to add another half to kind of make him better if he can find it, basically.
I love that. And so we kind of see in the show, like, an illustration of how you're a family fan too, like a family man. We know that. I'm curious, for your daughters, have you seen anything like a showbiz spark in them that makes you think they might want to follow in your footsteps?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're very entertaining, the two of them. My big girl is, a giant ham, and she's very energetic. And the little one is she's just wild, second kids, they always say, are just off the hook. So that's her.
That's exciting.
I'm a preschool teacher, so I know, and she's 3 or 4, right? Yeah, they're wild. Yeah. So I think our next question will kind of move towards into SNL a little bit, because that's kind of what we do. So I just wanted to say a funny thing. A lot of people who don't go to the show in person don't get to see this, but that little bit that you and the girls do before the show starts, where you're kind of warming up the audience and you're singing "Give Me Some Lovin'," one of our favorite things that you do is at the end of it, you always say, "Enjoy the show, bitches." And we just kind of were like wondering where that whole segment came from, and if that's something that the show has always done, or...
Yeah, it's kind of been a thing. I mean, that's exactly what they call it. They call it the warm up. And yeah, since I've been there, it's been a thing. Like, I think Jimmy Fallon used to do it. Like, he would, pull his guitar out and play a song and sing. And, he was like, a rock star when I got there, basically. So anything he did would just get giant screams, and then he'd tussle his hair and get all shy and then jump off the stage or whatever.
So you made your trademark, enjoy the show, bitches.
Yeah, that was my thing. Just
that's our favorite.
Yeah. You're here to kind of listen to some jokes, and we're all adults here, basically, type thing. Mostly. So if you haven't heard the word bitch in your life, then you're definitely in the wrong room.
Right. We thought it was so funny the first time we heard it.
Yeah, because it's a shock. I know it's a shock. Everyone's like, "Excuse me, did he just call us bitches?" It's like, yeah, I really did. Because, if you take offense to that, then you're already kind of on the wrong side of the night. Right. We're supposed to be here having fun, basically.
Absolutely. So if you weren't on SNL, is there any other show that you would like to be a part of? Do you think it would still be comedy in some way? Also assuming you're not doing Kenan.
Yeah. I mean, the sitcom life is, the multicam sitcom life is the ultimate, basically, because if you have got your stuff together, then you can have a 3-day week or a 4-day week. And, if it's on a network, back in the golden days, you'd be getting a giant check, you know what I mean? And that's living a pretty sweet ass life in Studio City, California. People like Bob Newhart did it for 14 years, same stage, same dressing room, all that. And living, biking distance from work, which is, that sounds like a dream, Yeah. So, absolutely. I would definitely probably be trying to scratch towards that still in some sort of way. Our show is great and everything, but we work really hard because we're a single camera show. So, it's like a film shoot, basically. It's 12-hour days, and we get what we can get. And, we get an episode in about 6.5-ish type days, but we shoot Monday through Friday and then start, picking up the rest on like Monday and Tuesday again or whatever to finish it out and starting a new episode and stuff like that. So,
right.
It can get very tedious for those showrunner people, basically. So I'm grateful that we have a solid squad that's done this multiple times with a bunch of different shows. So I can't never necessarily like feel overly special. You know what I mean? Just when you see like how, complicated the machine is, it's like, yeah, I'm definitely not the first one to put these people through this just because I had a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
So speaking of being on different things, somebody asked, we took a friend question, if you could be involved in any other SNL era besides this one, which would it be?
That's tough. I mean, I guess like the Sandler Farley years would have been great to be like a fly on the wall during those times, because that just echoes the epitome of the Animal House kind of legacy that, has lived on from the original cast kind of thing. You know what I mean? It just seemed like such a dorm room kind of era, basically. So that would have been fun, I think.
That would have been fun. So on our show, we talk a lot about sketches that have been cut that we saw in dress rehearsal. Is there any sketch of yours that you have tried and tried and tried to get on, but you haven't been able to get it on air yet?
Well, I had a sketch like that, but usually like I'll only try it like twice. And if it doesn't work the second time, then, there's no point of trying to beat it over the head. But I had a sketch like go to dress and get like a standing ovation and get cut. You know what I'm saying? So that was a kind of like always a thorn in my side. And then we got to do it.
A couple of those dress rehearsal shows where they just cut something and we're like, how?
Yeah, it's a weird, diaspora of different outcomes whenever they go into that meeting. But we got to try it again with a different host that we were able to pull it off. So that was cool. But, cool. Since then, I haven't really pressed the issue too much if something kind of hits the floor.
Yeah, I mean, with how long you've been there and there's so many new people and stuff, I'm sure you guys have hundreds of ideas every week.
Yeah, and that's another thing, it's like, it's going to be an interesting year because I don't necessarily want to feel in the way of, people doing it and having a chance to get their stuff kind of seen. And I don't know, I feel like I might be starting to feel that way a little bit just because there's 21 people now, right. So I get that me and certain writers have a rhythm and, like it's not necessarily a guarantee, but, we have a high batting percentage when we get on certain subjects or certain characters and stuff like that with certain writers. And, it works, because it's kind of what I do. But if it's in the way of like someone else, like who has another big swing idea and doesn't necessarily get the time because it's an untested kind of thing, you know what I mean? And, that's kind of what makes the show last for years and years and years is like paying attention to what's untested and kind of farming out new awesome people, new awesome writers, new awesome characters, whatever. So like, I don't know, like when I hear about people that I thought had a great idea that week that didn't necessarily get the chance, I start to like wonder like, shit, was it because of my thing or was it because, like would it have been more advantageous if my thing wasn't in the way? So I just want to like pay attention to that because it's hard enough, trying to get your voice heard on the show without it being a super ginormous cast.
Yeah. Well, we're excited for all the new writers this season, so.
Same. I mean, it's a squad up in here. It's crazy. Yeah, so many new faces.
Yeah, I know. So our last question is just kind of a silly one. Since we are the standby line, we figured we'd touch on it. Have you ever consciously been like aware of the standby line? Like, or the fact that, those fans wait out there every week and the long line and stuff? Was that ever something?
Oh, yeah, I'm very aware. Like I walk past them, I drive past them, like, they don't see me, but I see them, you know what I mean? And it's always an interesting, it's a very New York thing to like camp out for stuff. So at first it was a shock. I was like, why would people do that? And then later I started to notice like, no, that's real dedication. That's like real, like, fandom, if you want to call it that. But really it's just like, taking advantage of a first come, first serve kind of situation. So, you know, if you want to be like in the mix like that, you know, you should camp out for shit. It's almost like the first time you go to an opening weekend of a big giant movie, there's going to be some lineups. There's going to be some, you know, reserving in advance type stuff like that. And this is the way, you know, the dinosaurs have made it to where they have people sleeping outside and people are with it. You know what I mean? It's kind of a special thing. I don't know any other shows that have people like spending the night outside for the tickets to the show.
Not consistently.
The night before the show. Yeah, like on a regular basis. So
right. Yeah. I mean,
it's definitely another thing to be reminded of, to take this place very seriously, as if I needed that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's all good. I love it, and we appreciate it, and we wish we could do more or whatever. You know, like it used to be fun. We used to interact and stuff like that and do bits.
Yeah.
Separated that, but it's slowly coming back. Like they're not on 48th Street anymore. Now they're back on 49th Street. So I'm like, that's cool.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that is cool.
You guys do a lot for us. A lot of you go on social media and interact, and I know that means a lot to people. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So just speaking of the standby line, we do have some pretty exciting news that we want to share with our listeners. I know, so exciting.
We've been dying to share it all summer.
We have. All right, so we, the standby line, are partnering with Kenan's company, Gradients. We are now a Gradients production. So, yep, that's right.
The team.
Thank you so much.
An official announcement. That's big.
That is big.
Well,
I'm nervous still.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for partnering with us. You know, I mean,
yeah, thank you.
Going to be a fun working relationship, I think, because we're just going to let you do whatever you want.
Yeah, and
that's my favorite.
We have a lot of fun stuff lined up for all the fans this season, so we're really looking forward to getting it all going. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I can't wait to watch the growth.
Yeah, neither can we. We're excited too, but we will let you get back to your busy evening. And it was so nice to talk to you.
Yeah, at your little TV show job. We'll let you get back to that. Yeah.
Go in here and pitch ideas to Kim Kardashian. No pressure.
Right, as one does.
Well, you have a good week, and we wish you good luck.
Thank you so very much, and good luck to us on our new venture.
Yeah,
we'll see you Saturday.
Absolutely.
Stay well.
Have a good one, Kenan.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye.